morning from the PCT and the Aquaduct. Wake up call at 3:15 a.m. Out of camp a little after 4, hiking with the sunrise. Am I having the best time ever? No guys, I'm not a morning person. But we got glow sticks. The group is together, so I guess all is well. A lot of unhappy dogs out here. They must hate hiker season. Water, mile 5.9. Here it is, water.
The last one.
For a while. Look at all the Joshua trees. Hey you guys, I'm coming at you from my tent later in the day. I usually like to keep things in order, but I just wanted to give a trigger warning coming ahead for some animals in distress. So let me tell you what happened before I show you the video. I think it's interesting, so I still want to show the videos. But if you don't want to see, pardon me, if you don't want to see animals in distress, don't watch this next part. So we were sitting around at lunch for about 2 hours under a bridge where there was a water faucet. This was 17 or 18 miles into our day today. And today has been extremely windy. It's probably the windiest day of my life. At least the windiest day I've ever been out hiking in my life. Multiple times I felt like I was gonna get blown over by the wind. I was literally pushed. So anyway, we were sitting at lunch and we were sitting under a bridge for about 2 hours and it was pretty windy, but all of a sudden this really wild gust of wind came through and all of a sudden we heard screeching and we look up and there's a baby owl holding on for dear life to its nest, but it's falling out of the nest. And after a second, it does fall. It seemed okay. It seemed uninjured, at least to my, I non-expert eye, right? And then it gets on the ground and we go and look at it and we realize a second baby also had fallen out of the nest. We just hadn't seen it. And it seemed like there was still one baby in the nest. So the two baby owls were on the ground just screaming for their mother. And it seemed like our presence was stressing them out even more. So we very quickly packed up our stuff and got out of there. I didn't have any cell phone service, but I know from what I've read about and what I've read and what I've heard about baby animal encounters is that you should leave them be and wait for their mother to handle things. So we got out of there just to stop causing them stress. I heard later that someone did have cell phone service and they have a friend at the San Diego Zoo who deals with wildlife rehabilitation, and this person reached out to the person she knew at the San Diego Zoo to see if I mean the collective we, like the hikers, I had left the situation, but to see if anyone should actually take any actions for these baby owls. I think we probably did the right thing in just leaving them and letting them be. If not, all I can say is I'm sorry. It was just completely out of ignorance that I didn't do anything, but we couldn't get them back up into their nest. It was way too high. And my thinking was just that if we leave, hopefully the mother will come back and, you know, handle it all. But anyway, so I did take some videos of the owls. I thought they were really neat and interesting. I used my zoom on my camera, so I kept a safe distance away. I tried not to stress them out, and we got out of there very quickly. But I just wanted to preface that because I know people get really sensitive about animal encounters. And honestly, we were just really taken aback and surprised. And we did try to get out of there as quickly as possible so that we weren't disturbing them and stressing them out. But again, I think they're neat, so I did want to share what I saw. So the videos are incoming now.
Oh, it's stuck. It's a baby. It comes for you. Oh, poor baby. Get back in your nest. Oh.
What a wild day. Starting off hiking at like 4:15 a.m., playing music, having glow sticks. I was grumpy. I hate getting up early. I think other people were grumpy too. But it was fun. Like, we got a lot of pictures. We did a little dancing while we were walking. It was fun. And and the group stayed together for most of the day hiking. I think we had 17 or 18 miles till our lunch spot, and we all stayed together basically until that point. We sang songs, we played games, we chatted. It was a really nice day. I will say though, it's been incredibly windy. I think that we had a different Aquaduct experience than most people. Most people have a really unbearably hot time walking through that section. For us, it was fine. I mean, we started early, but also it was a cool day and an extremely windy day. So I never really one time was I hot. I put my puffy on a few times. I'd always take it off within like a mile of hiking, but anyway, the real thing for us today has just been the wind. The wind's been crazy. I have some big rocks stacked on my guy lines on my tent. I am as sheltered as possible behind some bushes. It's the best I can do. I hope it's good enough. I hope my tent is okay in the night. I don't want another tent collapsing situation, obviously. And I think I realized I need to get some extra guy lines just to have on hand in case of emergency, because it's just crazy windy here in California, unlike any other place I've ever been. I mean, we do get high winds in Colorado sometimes, of course, but I guess just generally I'm not out camping in it. So, and here it just seems to be all of the time. But anyway, overall good day, interesting day. Spent a lot of it in a wind farm. Got some good quality time with my friends. The hiking was a little tough. I thought it was going to be a lot easier because a lot of it was flat, but it was walking on the Aquaduct, of course, which is a metal pipe. And then it was walking for a lot of the time on like a paved road. And I just kind of underestimated. Sorry, very windy. I just sort of underestimated how much that would affect my body. I think it affected my body more so than walking on a regular trail. Definitely hurting today at the end of the day. It was also a long day. We did like 24 miles and we left camp at like 4:15. Got to camp probably around 4:30 or so, but it took us a while to like find camp spots that were a little more sheltered and set up and all that good stuff. So it was a long day. My body's really feeling it. I really hope I wake up tomorrow and feel better. Planning another 20-ish mile day tomorrow, and then an easy like 5-mile day into Tehachapi the next day, and then gonna take a Nero and a zero. I'm ready for a zero. I am feeling very exhausted, especially after today. But yeah, anyway, so that was today. We'll see what tomorrow brings.